Today I waited over an hour for a valid setup that met all of my entry criteria. But when the stop came in at about 28 points, I couldn't accept that big of a loss on it, I guess. Let's see what happened next. So I'd been waiting over an hour for a trade, and now finally the MA was down more than 50 points. That little line up there was 50 points. So I took a short at a 28-point stop, and so then on that, the TP would be 42 points. Let's just see if I can get that moved in time here. Okay, it's all in place now.
And jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?
Let's see what happens in this trade. I didn't like that 28-point stop. I didn't like where I was getting in. I had marked out earlier in the day on the hourly chart and written down some areas where I thought there would be likely support and areas where I didn't want to short. And this was one of those areas. So yeah, I decided to watch the trade. I decided to manage it. And you can see on there, I'm already going to cancel it. I was going to cancel it and then I decided, no, I'll move my stop down 10 points in profit and then I'll wait for it to hit my target. But then I went, no, I'm taking profit. I took profit for 25 and a half points, which is $250. That's great. If I can make $250 a day, I'm more than happy with that. And my funded account is actually doing pretty well now. I'm just a few $100s away from getting past that $1,500, I guess, drawdown limit where it would stop being intraday trailing, which would be a huge relief because a big part of why I really didn't feel good about this trade with the 28-point stop and watching was that if I've got a 28-point stop, that's $280. Okay, it's a little more than I would like, but I can handle that. But with the trailing drawdown, it went 28 or 30 points in my favor. Had it done that and then been stopped out, now that's closer to a $600 loss, which on a $1,500 drawdown is just too much for one day. So in this case, given that if it wasn't a trailing drawdown, then I really should have not been managing the trade and I should have just let it play out and left the room and not watched it. But I think in this instance, it wasn't the worst thing for me to do to TP for 25 and a half points. And had I left it with my stop just in profit for the 10 points, that would have been hit and I would have been really pissed off because I would have only taken 10 points when I could have taken 25 or 30 points. Yeah, it just sucks that I did this today right after yesterday saying I wanted to win my discipline challenge every day this week, and then it's Tuesday and I don't win it. But I did stick to one trade. So for me, that's probably the biggest two things for me are only taking one trade a day and only taking my valid setups. Like those are the most important rules. So at least I followed those ones. And I can, just try to do better the rest of the week. Yesterday I talked about also, of course I would talk about being patient and, this really helping me have the patience to hold for my full TP, not watching the trades. And then I go and I watch the trade and I don't hold for my full TP. So obviously something I'm still working on. I need to be more patient and I need to stick to my own rules and not watch my trades. I wasn't planning on taking any more trades. I just kept watching because honestly, I was just hoping that it would go up and hit where my stop would have been. So then I could have walked away from it being like, yeah, I did the right thing. Managing my trade was the right call today. And then I would have felt better about not following my own rules and taking profit early on that one. So I'm not going to take any more trades. And that alone actually is quite a bit of progress for me because in the past, I would have got in again. Like I wouldn't have been happy with $250 I wouldn't have been happy with jumping out early, and I would have jumped in again thinking, I got to get that 17 points that I didn't get. So it is progress. Now it's going to go on here and hit the full TP. So I lost out on 17 points. I could have done better than I did today. It seems like for me, the best thing is not watching the trades, just putting it on and trusting my system and the process to play out without me interfering with it. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, if you found anything useful in it for your own trading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and join me on my 60-day discipline challenge. I know I'm not making it look easy to stick to my own rules here in my discipline challenge. Maybe you can either copy mine or create your own and then show me how easy it is to just make some rules for trading and follow them. I really do want to thank everyone who's commenting on the videos because I really love getting the feedback. I don't know any other traders in my personal life, so it's just really great to hear from other traders kind of what they're going through or what they find useful and any sort of like common struggles that we're having. And also I like getting you know the tips on things that have helped you with your own trading into becoming more consistent or profitable. So thank you for all the feedback. Thanks for that, and I will see you back here tomorrow.